Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Count It All Joy Designs Fireside Chats, Episode 5. I'm Carrie with Count It All Joy Designs, and I'm here tonight with my sister-in-law, Anna. We run
Hey
Count It All
everyone.
Joy Designs together. And first of all, I just want to say welcome back to Episode 5, and happy Black Friday. Thank you to all of our supporters who have religiously been tuning in to our episodes. We just really appreciate all of you for supporting local artisans, crafters, artists, and songwriters. You know, the categories I just listed of people, they can't get out easily, especially with COVID, and interact with people right now. So this kind of online presence really means the world to them. And it being Black Friday and the day after Thanksgiving, obviously we all have gratitude top of mind. So I thought we could kick this episode off by in the spirit of Thanksgiving, sharing a little bit about what we're thankful for. So I'm going to ask Anna to go first.
Oh, you're gonna make me go first? That's no fair. All right. Well, there's so much to be thankful for. Just good health. There've been some health challenges, so that has really been God has come through, and it's been a real blessing. All my prayer warriors, thank you, and just such a blessing to be able to do this business with my sister-in-law, which I'm going to try not to get all teared up, but this has always been a dream of ours to be able to do something, and we work really, really well together. So I am just so happy to share my passion, and just this has been the happiest that I've been doing these fireside chats. So thank you, sis, and thank you to everybody who's been supporting us.
Thank you. I'm thankful for many of the same things. And, you know, something else I'm thankful for is just the time that I have had with friends and family this year. Obviously, we've all seen our family and friends a little bit less. Maybe we've seen some other people more, the people that we live with. I'm so thankful for the person that I live with, my housemate Rita. She's just such a joy to live with, and you know, introduced me to bird watching, and we got into gardening this summer and all kinds of fun things. But what I'm most thankful for is the opportunities that I've had to get out and about, and just how much more I treasure them this year because they've been so rare. So whether it was, you know, going to build a scarecrow with the triplets for Halloween and seeing them on Halloween, but also the opportunities that Anna and I have had together in this business. We've been so good about the social distancing and mask wearing. Later, you're going to see a couple photos of us out and about this summer and fall working on the business together. But we spent a lot of time outside for fresh air, and we spent a lot of time making meals together and eating them in the garage, believe it or not, but also just kind of gallivanting around Ohio with our cameras in tow. So photography is the one thing that has brought us together, probably more so in the past 6 or 7 years than, you know, when she first joined our family by marrying my brother. We had other things in common, like the same college we went to, but we really just shared that passion for photography. And a little bit later in our segment, I'm gonna be able to show you some of our new work in the form of new canvas designs that we've been working on. So that being said, I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving with your families, and I'm just so glad you chose to spend this Black Friday evening with us. Whether you shopped all day online feverishly at your computer and you're tired, or you did something, maybe you worked, or maybe you just spent some extra time with your loved ones, I hope you had a great day, and I hope you all can grab your cocoa, your favorite Christmas mug, and get ready to just get into the holiday spirit with Count It All Joy Designs.
Hey, you didn't even comment on my truck and like the tree farm in the background. I'm rocking a new background today.
It's because I'm staring at my own background, kind of in shock that I chose this one. But I'm surrounded by animals lately, and I'm also going to show you some animals a bit later, so I thought it was appropriate.
It's cute.
Yeah. So tell us about our first guest while I get her
Yeah.
on. And I
Yeah.
will see you guys a little bit later.
Yeah. So we have got Mary Winters from Lorraine's Handcrafted. And so, Mary, I know you're going to be joining here on screen shortly. And I'm going to go ahead and pull up all of our material. Hey, Mary.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Welcome. Welcome. It's so nice to have you here with us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's our pleasure. Mary is here with us tonight representing her business, Lorraine's Handcrafted. And I have to ask you, Mary, too, where did the name Lorraine come from?
I actually get that question a lot. Lorraine is my middle name.
Very cool. Very cool. And tell us a bit about Lorraine's Handcrafted. What are the main categories of products that you are offering?
We make bath and body products as well as household items. So our main products are soaps, lotions, beard products, and candles.
And how did you get started with Lorraine's Handcrafted?
My daughter really likes to create things and she loves science and she's always concocting things in my kitchen. I like to do crafts and I've always had an interest in making soap. So we decided that making soap was that perfect blend between crafting and science. And we finally just got to the point where we had made so many things that my family and friends encouraged us to start selling them. So we formed Lorraine's Handcrafted, and here we are.
Oh, that's so neat. And always nice when you can do something with someone you love. So that's very special too with your daughter.
Yeah.
When we spoke earlier, Mary, you shared that you belong to a professional organization for soap crafters. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I'm a member of the Handcrafted Soap and Cosmetic Guild. The Guild is a nonprofit trade association that's actively involved in education, promotion, and it's a legislative advocate for handcrafters.
Ah, neat. And how has belonging to the Guild, Mary, helped you improve at your crafting?
Well, the Guild really provides resources for artisans, including training classes, the annual conference, guidance from experts in areas such as fragrance blending, essential oils, guidance on legal and compliance regulations like good manufacturing practices and material safety. There's a wealth of information from the Guild, so simple things like fragrances with vanilla can turn your products brown over time to more complex topics like product development. So leveraging what others have already learned has really helped me create beautiful products without having to go through so much trial and error.
Wow, what a great resource. That is great. Um, from a product perspective, Mary, what do you consider to be your sweet spot at Lorraine's?
I have two lines that I would say are my specialty, my Simply Sans soap line and my lotion candles. The Simply Sans line is dedicated to making soaps that are color and scent free, and I have several customers who have sensitivities and allergies, and they really found that these soaps are beneficial for them. And then the lotion candles are a unique combination of a candle and a hot oil lotion. You simply burn the candle until the wax pool reaches the edge of the candle, and then you blow them out and use the hot oils like a hot oil lotion.
Very neat. Let's first focus, if we can, on the Simply Sans line. But first, let me say, being a French major, I just love the name Simply Sans, with sans meaning without in French. Um, what types of ingredients do you typically use to make them ideal and beneficial for the skin of those that have all these different sensitivities?
Right. So we lost the pictures in the background, but so let me explain a little bit about the Simply Sans while we're at it. The Simply Sans bars are unique combinations of oils that work. So what works for one person might not work for another person. But my oils in my soaps are considered moisturizing, or at least a lot of them are. So things like olive oil and castor oil and shea butter. Um, and many of my soaps have other beneficial ingredients like activated charcoal and colloidal oatmeal.
Hmm. And I'm intrigued by your lotion candles. So once you blow the candle out, you just pour the warm wax lotion on your hands and massage it in. Is that kind of how that works?
Yeah, so once the candle is melted out to the edge, you just blow it out and then you can dip your fingers in the warm oil and rub it into your skin, and then the oils will just absorb like a normal lotion.
Hmm.
And we have a short video that we're going to play that kind of shows you how it works.
Mhm. Very neat, Mary. And that's very, very simple, but that is just a very unique product. Thank you for doing that video and sharing that with our audience as well. Um, with all these specialties that you do for folks, do you take custom orders as well?
Yes, I do custom orders for baby and wedding shower party favors, and then I also have some customers who contact me about soaps for the Simply Sands collection.
Hmm. So, for example, if I'm a customer and I'm looking for custom party favors, for example, baby or wedding events, what kind of options can I choose from in that case?
Designs or specific shapes are really limited to the molds that are available, but options are pretty broad. So I had one customer who was having a mommy to be baby shower theme, and so I made her bee and honeycomb mini soaps. And then I've got, the baby's feet and carriages, pacifiers, things like that. So you really just need to let me know what you're thinking, and I can go ahead and see what the options are.
Hmm. And similarly, what are custom options for the Simply Sands collection?
So designing recipes for soaps is a little bit trickier because of the chemistry behind soap making. But if you let me know what oil or ingredients you're looking to avoid or include, then I can work to make a recipe that will form a nice solid bar of soap that lathers well and has skin loving properties.
Hmm. And then for your regular line of soap and candles, what are the different scents that you offer? And how did you go about determining which scents you wanted to create for your audience or for your
So
client?
I have a really large array of scents. Everybody's different, so I have a little bit of everything. I choose scents because I like them or my family's picked them out. Others I have because customers have requested them. If you like florals or fruity scents, you might like things like the lilac or hyacinth or black cherry. For the holidays, I have things like snickerdoodle and pumpkin and Christmas hearth. And I also have scents that are more neutral or masculine in nature as well.
Ah, that's neat. Oh, can't forget about the men in your life, right? So that's
Yeah.
awesome. How often do you add new scents to your line, Mary?
I don't have a set time frame. I'm always experimenting and I'm looking for new and creative ideas for my customers. So any new items that I do will be posted out on my website for sale.
Hmm. And so, curious minds here, are you open to customizing a brand new scent for a customer?
I'm certainly open to experimenting to see if we can find that perfect blend.
Very neat. So if when I'm looking on your Facebook page, I notice that you also have soaps and candles that come in holiday shapes, as well as some decorative ivory soaps shaped like cherubs and little kids. Tell the audience about those options as well.
So for the holidays, I like to make decorative soaps that are great to kind of spruce up your bathroom or your kitchen sinks. So again, for the fall or winter, I have gingerbread men, snowflakes, angels, mittens, pumpkins, things like that. And then when I get to spring, I have bunnies and hearts and shamrocks and flowers. So it just kind of depends on the season and what I'm in the mood to make that's kind of spruces up everything.
As far as your soaps, what are your personal favorites, Mary?
So for soaps, my personal favorites are probably the Simply Sands, and then for just general personal favorites, I really like the lotion candles, especially this time of year, because as the weather changes, my skin starts to get dry, and so it's just an awesome lotion to have.
And I struggle with that dry skin as well. So that is, I love the candle idea too. Can you share with our audience, Mary, some of your products that would make some great gifts for the holidays for folks?
Sure. For the men in your life, we have beard balms, beard oils, shave soaps, and so you can buy those individually or in gift sets. And then for the ladies in the life, again, the lotion candles are a big hit. You can also match those up with one of our soaps or inspirational candles or the wax tarts that you use in the warmers.
Okay. And please share with the audience, Mary, pricing for your basic products. So soaps and candles. And if you could, please tell the audience how large your soap bars are in general, as well as the candles. As I think it appears on your site, there are a couple different sizes of candles that are priced accordingly based on their size.
Yep. So the decorative soaps are generally 2 to 3 ounces and they're about $3 a bar. The artisans are closer to between 3 and 6 ounces and they're $5 or $6 a bar depending on the size. Lotion candles, like you said, come in two different sizes, a 2.7 and a 3.5 ounce, and those are $7 and $12. And then there's ornate and inspirational candles. Those are 14. The wax tarts are 7. And then the men's products, the shave soaps, the beard balms, the beard oils are 5, 10, and $12 respectively.
Hmm. And Carrie's going to put up on the screen here the links where you can check out Mary's product line. And Mary, what's the best way for folks to reach out to you with any questions they may have?
The best way to reach me is through my email at mwinters@lorains.biz.
Great. And thank you, Carrie, for having that up on our screen. And thank you, Mary, so very much for being with us. I just love your product line, very excited. And I am going to harass you again, as I did earlier. I love your background. I just absolutely love it. You've been a pleasure to work with, and we just hope you'll be joining us next year as well as we continue Fireside Chats. So thank you so much for sharing your beautiful product line with us and our viewers.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, have a happy Thanksgiving.
You too.
Okay, hi.
Hey, we have Carrie back.
Yeah.
Carrie is going to do our next segment, exciting news from Count It All Joy Designs, with some new designs for all of you. So I'll be back in a little bit with our songwriter Emily Ashby from Tennessee.
Okay, thanks, Anna. Okay, so here I am by my new fireplace with my cat and dog. Just kidding. I am so excited to show you guys what we have that's new. Just give me one quick second. Of course, I had this up and ready, but because I've been showing the other PowerPoints, it seems to have gone away. Okay. All right. Let me just share my screen. So I talked a little bit about how much we like photography. If this is your first time participating in the chat, then perhaps you have not seen our products, but one of the products that we do is the wood placards, and the other is our photography prints on canvas. So we're so excited to show you just 4 new designs. They take a lot of effort to make. So while I'd love to be unveiling, 30 or 40, we think these 4 are very special, and we think you're gonna really like them. Okay, hopefully you can all see my screen. The first design we have is a beautiful pink flower. So this canvas is 8 by 10, and that's 8 inches wide by 10 inches high. Of course, this is just the design of the canvas. It's not a photograph of the actual printed canvas, but they are about 0.75, so 3/4 of an inch deep, and they come ready to hang on the wall. They also could lean nicely on a shelf or mantle as well, or you could put them in like a decorative plate holder. They're very lightweight, so they're easy to hang. We even have some hanging at my house right now by my real fireplace using command hooks. So yeah, they're a quality product, and they're printed on this archival quality canvas, and the colors just really pop. But I'm so excited to tell you about this image. So we call this one Taste and See. And the story behind this photo is that Anna had just dropped her son off for his summer job this past summer. And when she was driving home, she saw a beautiful wall of pink flowers and just stopped. And, being a good photographer that she is, she wasn't afraid to get too close to that bee, but she snapped this photo perfectly at the moment when that bee was headed towards its target, the flower. And I think it's so cool that she paired it with this Bible verse from King James, Psalm 34, verse 8, taste and see that the Lord is good. A beautiful reminder for anyone of all the goodness that you can see around you all the time. So our next canvas is a horizontal one, and this is also designed in size 10 inches wide by 8 inches high. So the story behind this one is that Anna's son was in a basketball competition in New Jersey, and so they went to Jersey, and of course, we're so close to New York that Anna and her family decided they would extend their trip by a few days and see New York City. So as they were just walking around, this actually, these are called brownstones, and this was near Central Park in the neighborhood where John Lennon lived. And we just thought that this sentiment, love your neighbor as yourself, from Leviticus 18:19, is just the perfect message for kind of the year that we've had. Just remembering to see your neighbor as lovable is not always easy, especially during an election, during a challenging year. And unfortunately, we've had all too many reminders about instances where people haven't treated their neighbor very well. So we just love this as a gift for a neighbor, as a canvas to hang in your own home. I think it would be awesome to live in one of those brownstones so close to your neighbors. And, you know, I think we've all hopefully gotten to know our neighbors a little better this year. So think about that as a great coworker, neighbor, friend gift, or just a gift for yourself. Okay, so the next one, we love our animals. And the last two canvases I have to show you today are two new animals. So actually on Anna's birthday, she and I took the day, I have Mondays off this summer. So I think her birthday was on a Monday, and we decided to go to Brandywine Falls, which I had heard about and had never seen. And we went right after a thunderstorm, actually, or a rainstorm. And so the falls were just gushing. And we decided to take a walk around the park. And we happened upon this beautiful inn, Brandywine Inn. It's a bed and breakfast. I don't know if anyone watching has ever stayed there, but we actually met the innkeeper's kind of daughter. It's a family-run business, and her name was Maggie, and she was kind of, she had just gotten two new baby sheep, which you're going to get to see one of them, baby lambs. So she had just gotten these two pet sheep, but before we met her and saw her different farm animals and the beautiful gardens that she let us walk around, we noticed that this cat was just sitting there right in our path. First he was sitting up on a fence, and then he crossed right in front of us, and he just sat, you know, you could tell he just owned this little park area, and he was so friendly, and Anna caught him in a yawn. And it just perfectly expressed sometimes the way we feel before we have our coffee, right? So playing off the Bible verse about love covering a multitude of sins, we came up with coffee covers a multitude of sins. So if you're not a morning person like me, you can probably relate to this. If you're a coffee lover, great gift for the coffee lover in your life, or just some canvas to put in your kitchen to remind you as you're getting your coffee that, you know, you'll feel a little better after you have some caffeine and wake up a little bit. But we really found our last cat canvases and pet canvases have gone over really well. So we hope you guys will really love this one. This is also available in 8x10. And then finally, the last one is one of my photos. And this is one of Maggie's sheep. So he was just running towards us. Oh, they were so cute. They were actually dirty. And she kept commenting how she wanted to give them a bath. But I think we all know that farm animals probably just get dirtier even quicker than our pets. So we just loved how these lambs were friendly with us and ran up to us and allowed us to photograph them as they were grazing. And we found this perfect Bible verse to pair it with. The name of the Lord is a strong fortress. The godly run to him and are safe. Also just a great reminder for this year, and to find your comfort and safety, you know, in the arms of a loving Father and God. So that's from Proverbs chapter 18, verse 10, the New Living Translation. And I think I already said that this is 8x10, but for anyone who loves sheep or lambs or just animals, this would make a great Christmas gift. So just to review how you order, we're still working on getting that online store set up. So hang in there. We're going to have it very soon. But in the meantime, all of our canvases, including these new ones, which were just added, are available on our Facebook page, Count It All Joy Designs. So if you're watching on YouTube, you want to hop on over to our Facebook page, Count It All Joy Designs, and go to Photos, and then click View All to view all the albums. And they're actually organized by size. And so as you page through the photos, the description will tell you what we call the canvas. You know, like this one I think is sheep running or something like that. But we're not too clever with our names, but we know what they mean. And so if you want to place that order, if you know Anna or I, you could always text us, message us directly, but probably the best way so we can keep the best track of it until we have a store up and running is to actually send us a message through Facebook Messenger, because we both see it, we both manage that page, and then we can have that paper trail. And of course, our pricing, which we announced last time, for these standard canvases, for the 8x10s, they're $29 this year. And for the 12x18s, which I didn't show you any tonight, but we could probably resize these larger with just a little bit of work if you do want to purchase this larger. But our larger size is the 12x18, and that is $49. So we have something really exciting to announce. Because it's Black Friday, we want to thank all of you with our Black Friday specials. So we're bringing back our Canvas Bundle discount that was originally just for craft shows last year. Since this is our method of getting in front of our audience, Anyone who purchases 2 canvases, and that could be any size, 2 8x10s, 2 12x18s, 1 8x10, and 1 12x18. Heck, if you want to buy 4, we'll give you this discount twice. So for every 2 canvases you buy, you get $5 off. And this discount is valid from the start of this episode broadcast, or right now when I'm announcing it, through 11:59 on this Sunday, November 29th. So we don't want you to feel too pressured to buy. We want you to be able to look through our canvases, talk to us about the special gift you're looking for. We can help you find the perfect Christmas gift, holiday gift for, as we said, what are those gift exchange called? A white elephant, or just gift for yourself to treat yourself this holiday season. So, so excited to be able to show you something new. Anna and I really enjoy working on these. We can get into it over things like font spacing and font sizing, but we really work well together, and we hope we're delivering a product that that you will like for your home. So I think that's all I've got, but I'm going to bring back Anna just in case I missed something and in case she has anything to say about the canvases. And I'm going to go play with my cats and dogs here while Anna's going to interview our songwriter, Emily Urden Ashby. How'd I do, Anna? You're muted.
There I am. I think you can hear me now. You did awesome, Carrie. You always do awesome. So
Okay,
thank you
great.
for sharing the updates on the new canvases.
Thank
I have to say before she goes, this woman is a hard worker with these. She's our graphic artist. So we work together with ideas, but my ideas that I share could not come to life without my sister-in-law. So love you, Carrie. You do a great job.
I know I can complain, but we really do have fun together, and we have, a certain ability to just bring designs to life. So it's been exciting, and I can't wait to make more designs. By the next time we have an episode, there'll be even more to show. So I can promise you that.
Excellent. Thank you,
All
Carrie.
right. I'll see you guys a bit later to say goodbye.
Yeah, thanks. And we're bringing our next guest on, Emily Ashby, out in Tennessee. Hey, Emily, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for being with us tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Always, always. And so I just wanted to reiterate for folks, those who have tuned in with us for past episodes know I'm the regional coordinator for the Nashville Songwriters Association International, NSAI, Cleveland, Akron. And I had the pleasure of being introduced to Emily through one of our local chapter members and dear, dear friend, Pat Porter. Pat has been a member of our chapter for many, many, many years, even dating back before I started with the chapter as a co-coordinator with Steve Numbers. And so it's probably way more than even 10 years that Pat has been a part of our as a loyal chapter member. Pat and Emily worked together to co-write the beautiful song y'all are going to get to hear at the end of today's episode, Hope Right Now. But as we've talked about in past episodes, each songwriter writes for a different reason. And what role does singing and songwriting play in your life today, Emily?
Well, singing and songwriting are hobbies to me as I don't have a music-related job, but I can never remember a moment that music wasn't a part of my life.
Mm-hmm. And our audience is in for a real treat listening to Emily. She has an absolutely beautiful voice. Tell the audience, Emily, when did you start singing?
Well, my family loves music, so it's always been around in my life, but I started at church when I was little in children's choir, and when we would have our vacation Bible school, do all the little songs and dances, so that was fun.
And what type of music, Emily, did you listen to growing up?
All kinds, mostly Christian, a little bit of 80s music, and then movie soundtracks.
Yep, I am a huge Christian and movie soundtrack fan too. Now that 80s music and the big hair, I always was the boring one. My hair was always flat, so I never had that luxury. When did you know that you wanted to start pursuing music as a potential career?
I realized I wanted to do a career with music when I was in high school. I always participated in the annual musical. All 4 years of high school, I was in marching band. I sang at different churches around the county, around the state. I would go to different nursing homes to sing, and I would travel to go to different talent contests, to different county fairs and festivals. So that was really fun. I love to sing and compete.
And you started that at a very young age with the different festivals and fairs. I believe you had told me 9 years old, which is amazing. I was a scaredy cat. I wish I could have done something like that. And I wish I could sing like you. That I don't have in my favor as a songwriter. I have a couple questions, Emily, about these talent contests. So what type of music were you typically singing in the contest, and how'd you do?
I usually sang Southern gospel. That was kind of my bread and butter. On the rare occasion, I would do contemporary, but I usually felt stronger with the Southern gospel.
Now do tell, how did you end up doing in these competitions?
I did well.
Yep, obviously, because you went on to continue with your music, love of music, and your vocal piece with the singing. As a matter of fact, you started taking vocal lessons when you were 10. Tell the audience how that came about.
Well, my mom's good friend, Kathy Woodward, they grew up together. She approached my mom one day and said she was going to start offering vocal lessons and just to get the word out to anybody who wanted to learn how to sing. And my mom told her, I know who your first student's going to be. So,
And she got you.
oh yeah, she
She
got
got
me.
you. She got you. And I know, Emily, you shared that Kathy really played a very important and influential role, not only in your musical development, but in your life in general. Tell the audience a little bit about the relationship and the impact that it had on you.
Well, Kathy didn't just coach me vocally, she coached me spiritually. Every time after our lessons, we would have like a come to Jesus meeting, powwow in her kitchen with my mom, and we would talk about life's struggles or complications and God's provisions. And she would always give biblical advice, and I really cherished her. She was in my corner. I loved her. She helped me have the courage to do things like go to Steve Hurst School of Music, which is actually where I met Sherry, who is the teacher Pat and I share. So.
And I believe Sherry is one of your songwriting teachers at Hearst too, you had said. So that is very neat, and that relationship is very special. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a bit. But tell me about the Steve Hurst School of Music and your experience there.
The Steve Hurst School of Music is a faith-based week-long music summer program. So musicians from all over come and they work on their musicality. They have a vocal school, a songwriting school, an audio media school, a group school for groups of people who sing together. So they have a lot to offer, and it's where actually I wrote my first song. So it's really cool.
That is awesome. And I think if I remember correctly, you were there 3 different summers, once in middle school and twice when you were in your high school years. And let's talk a little bit about that, where you wrote your first song. Tell us, with that first songwriting, you had a really awesome opportunity with that, with the song Showcase.
Yeah, that was my freshman year. Going into my freshman year of high school, I got picked for the Songwriter Showcase, which would happen at the end of school on Fridays, and they would just pick a handful of songwriters. They would put music to our songs, and we'd perform them in front of the school. So that was a really neat opportunity to put words and music of my own together.
And that helped you along to ultimately decide that you wanted to continue studying music in college as well. Tell the audience a bit about that part of your music journey as well, Emily.
Well, I attended Murray State University, and I graduated with a bachelor's degree in music business with a minor in business administration.
Excellent. Tell us why music business versus songwriting or performing as far as the focus?
Well, I wanted to study music business because my dream was to be a music supervisor and work with music and film and television. And as a performer, you can get a degree as a performer, but it's more difficult being an artist as a career, and there's not as much security.
So as it stands today, what types of music are you writing primarily today?
Well, I started out with Southern gospel, as you know, but now I'm focusing more on Christian contemporary and praise and worship music.
So Emily, tell us, who are your musical influences?
Francesca Battistelli was one of my main influences with songwriting. I loved her music starting in high school. I love her style, her sound, and I just really wanted to mirror her sound and how she wrote. I just loved that and enjoyed that. Now, instrumentally, one of my inspirations was John Williams, the composer. I loved what he did instrumentally with like movie soundtracks such as Jaws and Star Wars, Indiana Jones. He was just really creative, and I love that side of music as well as lyrics and songwriting.
Hmm. And we can kind of see your whole love of various types of music, Emily, in your own music, which is really neat. Um, so getting back to Sherry Thrower, you're still taking classes and learning from Sherry from a songwriting perspective. As a matter of fact, you and Pat are in a songwriting group with Sherry. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, Pat and I take 2 group classes with Sherry a month and 2 private classes with Sherry a month. So what we do in our group classes is we do a video chat through Facebook Messenger, and we just really talk out our song ideas and just really flesh them out and give each other feedback, and we end up co-writing a song together, which is a really, really fun experience. I love working with them. They're the sweetest people in the world.
Awesome. And the song that we're going to play from the 3 of you shortly, Hope Right Now, again, was written by yourself, Pat Porter, and Sherry Thrower, is quite timely given what we're all going through right now with the pandemic. Tell our audience, Emily, how you all came about writing the song and how folks can find it if they would like to buy it.
We felt like the world needed a song of hope in a time that felt like there wasn't, with no hope. And we wanted to remind people that Jesus is the one true hope. He is the truth and the one we can put our trust and faith in. And we started out with the title, Hope Right Now. And it is available on Pandora, Amazon, YouTube, iTunes, Apple Music. It's all over, and we even have a couple of Christian internet radios streaming us, so that's pretty neat.
Oh, that's really exciting. That is very, very neat. Congratulations. So where can our audience go online in general to hear all of your music and buy your music?
You can find my music on Spotify, Pandora, YouTube, Apple Music, Amazon, and iTunes, as well as a few other minor streaming services. But those are the ones that you can purchase from.
Excellent, excellent. And Carrie's going to put up on the screen where folks can find you on social media. So there is Emily's social media sites, Facebook and Instagram. And on a closing note, before we actually play Hope Right Now, Emily, please close us out by telling the audience what your long-term goals and dreams are for your singing and writing career.
My biggest dream that I've had is to have an original song placed in a film or television, but also another dream that I have is to share Jesus with others through my music.
Mm-hmm. While you're doing that effectively, at least with this particular song, you hit it out of the park, Emily. So thank you so much for writing it with the girls. And it's awesome. And without further ado, here's Hope Right Now. And then we'll be back with Emily in a second. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And bear with me, folks. Here we go. And Carrie, I need some help with sharing screen because it is disabled. Let's see here. Perfect. And
Sorry about that.
thank you, Carrie.
Perfect.
This spinning planet, overcome with panic, fear running rampant, hope is hard to find. life is changing, light is fading, but grace is waiting. In you we find, in you we find, you are hope right now, our hope right now, our future's promised. God, we know this. You are hope right now, our hope right now, our future's promised. God, we know this. You are hope right now. We've hurt each other, our sisters and brothers. We're seeking justice. Hope is hard to find. Lies and deception, pain and destruction. Out of these ashes, your light of hope will rise. Light of hope will rise. You are hope right now, our hope right now, our future's promised. God, we know this. You are hope right now, our hope right now, our future's promised. God, we know this. You are hope right now. Where there is hope, darkness cannot stay. Where there is hope, darkness cannot stay. Where there is hope, darkness cannot stay. Where there is hope, where there is hope, darkness cannot win. Where there is hope, darkness cannot win. Where there is hope, darkness cannot win. Where there is hope, where there is hope, darkness cannot stay. Where there is hope, darkness cannot stay. Where there is hope, darkness cannot stay. Where there is hope, where there is hope, darkness cannot win. Where there is hope, darkness cannot win. Where there is hope, darkness cannot win. Where there is hope, you are hope right now, our hope right now, our future's promised. God, we know this. You are hope right now, our hope right now, our future's promised. God, we know this. You are hope right
Yay! Awesome. Emily, such a beautiful voice and such a beautiful song. Thank you so, so very much for being with us here today. What a pleasure and what a treat. I hope you will join us in future segments.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been so much fun.
Yeah, God bless you and best of luck. Everybody, buy this girl's music. This is a great song by Emily, Pat, and Sherry. So best of luck to you and Merry, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Okay, so just wanted to share Emily's contact information quickly before I rejoin.
I love that picture, by the way. That's a great picture of that.
For
Yep.
sure.
Everyone needs a good hat to cheer themselves up.
Wow, that was really beautiful. Your voice, Emily, the lyrics, oh my gosh. And then, seeing it over our images really got me teared up.
Yeah, and thank you guys so very much for being with us again. It means the world to us. We've had so many of you being loyal subscribers coming back every week to watch, even if you can't watch it at 7:15 Eastern. People are tuning in afterwards, and that just means the absolute world to us. So thank you so very much. On behalf of all of the vendors that we've been representing, and artisans and artists and songwriters, of course, who can't get out and actually be out with the public on a regular basis because of the pandemic, they all thank you. We thank you. Thank you for supporting us. It's been a really hard time for so many people. So thank you for being here with us again tonight.
Yeah, please don't forget to like and share this video, subscribe to our channel on YouTube. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers so we can name our channel. So please spread the word. We are so pleased to bring these fireside chats, bring a little joy into your home this holiday season. And we thank you for being here with us tonight. We are also on Facebook and Instagram, so please follow us there as well.
And please comment. We don't hear enough from you guys. So tell us what you're thinking. Tell us if you're liking and enjoying the episodes. If there's anything you'd like to see in future episodes, or just share even prayer requests. We would love that. So we're looking forward to hearing from you.
Yes, very true. And as I said, we're designing more canvases. So if there's a Bible verse that has really moved you, share that too. We'd love to hear from you. So yeah, we'll be back next week on Thursdays. Thank you for joining us on this Friday night, but we'll be back to our regular Thursday nights all the way up until almost Christmas, December 17th. So please mark your calendars, 7:15 on Thursday nights.
And Eastern, because we do have some people checking in who aren't Eastern Standard, like Emily. So
yeah. Thanks again to Mary and Emily, and thank you to everyone for being with us tonight. We'll see you next week.
Night. Yeah, have a great night, guys. Over and out. Be safe. Be good, and we'll see you soon.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.